Springhill, Louisiana. Springhill is a city in northernmost Webster Parish, Louisiana, United States. The population was 5,279 at the 2010 census, a decrease of 160 since 2000. Springhill is part of the Minden Micropolitan Statistical Area, though it is 30 miles north of Minden, the seat of government of Webster Parish. The Springhill population is 34% African American, compared to 25% minority in 2000. The 1979 film 5 Days from Home, which was directed by and starred George Peppard, was filmed primarily in Springhill. Peppard's third wife, Sherry Butcher, is a Springhill native. Her father, Jesse L. Butcher, was a businessman and developer who served as mayor of Springhill. Webster Parish was first permanently settled about 1818 near Overton, south of the parish seat of Minden. According to genealogical findings, William Farmer, Samuel Monzingo, J. A. Burns, and Joseph Morrill were the first settlers in the area. These settlers formed an area that was initially referred to informally as Piney Woods. In 1894, though still unincorporated, what would eventually become Springhill took the name Barefoot, Louisiana, on the notions of a Mrs. Maxwell, who assigned the name based on her observations that many men in the community went to work without shoes. The town that is today Springhill was finally incorporated in 1902. The first mayor was N.B. Taylor, who followed a year thereafter by B.D. Wilson. Peter Modisette was the mayor from 1914 to 1925. Springhill City Hall is located opposite the Springhill Civic Center, a meeting hall which cost $500,000 and was financed in the late 1960s under a voter-approved bond issue, with millage taxes levied against property owners. More recent mayors included Ed Schultz, Charles McConnell, Jesse L. Butcher, James Allen, M. A. Gleason Jr., Johnny D. Harrington, a brother-in-law of Butcher, James Curtis Smith, and Carol Breaux, who assumed office on January 1, 2007. Breaux, an independent, is the first non-Democrat to serve as Springhill mayor. He unseated Harrington, 973 to 782, in the nonpartisan blanket primary held on September 30, 2006. Breaux will be succeeded in 2019 by another no-party mayor, Ray Huddleston. Springhill's close association with the timber industry began in 1896 with the arrival of the Pine Woods Lumber Company. Springhill prospered from timber and for a time was a boom town. The Pine Woods Lumber Company went out of business during the Great Depression, and the population of Springhill dwindled. The Pine Woods Lumber Company facility was purchased by the Frost Lumber Company, which sold to Springhill Lumber Company. The Springhill Lumber Company later became Anthony Forest Products, which remained in Springhill until 1972. The most significant local economic force, however, was the establishment of a massive pulp paper mill in 1937 by International Paper Company. The construction of the paper mill greatly expanded the regional economic importance of Springhill and further cemented ties to the timber industry. Though technically within the town of Cullen just south of Springhill, the facility was regionally known as the Springhill Paper Mill. The later addition of a wood products plant and container plant by International Paper further established Springhill as one of the most important manufacturing and processing centers in northern Louisiana. In 1979, International Paper closed the paper mill, which along with a significant general downturn in the petroleum industry caused a deterioration of the local economy. Though the paper mill closed, International Paper maintained its wood products and container producing facilities. During 2006 to 2007, IP sold the wood products plant to its main rival, Georgia-Pacific, and liquidated its significant land holdings in the Springhill area. The container division, often called the box plant, remains the last remnant of International Paper in Springhill. A new plant in North Springhill is Tucker Lumber Company, a sawmill, crosstie trimming, and end plate facility. On March 31, 2014, Governor Bobby Jindal announced that Integraco Composites, a company that manufactures railroad cross ties, will open a plant in Springhill that will employ 300 persons. Jindal called the new plant part of a manufacturing renaissance in Louisiana. State Senator Robert Abley of Benton said that Springhill so desperately needs and deserves these jobs. He added that the community has taken some hard licks during the past years. This will create some economic momentum for the town and the region. After it purchased the plywood mill from International Paper, Georgia-Pacific closed the plant. Another major employer, Trane, which manufactures air conditioning components, relocated to Mexico. There has been an expansion of the retail and service industries and improvement in the municipal infrastructure. Downtown Main Street has been revitalized with aesthetic improvements, new businesses, and renovation of the Springhill branch of the Webster Parish Library. The city still has a theater, the Spring. A formerly abandoned grocery store was converted into the Frank Anthony Community Activity Center, which hosts community events and occasional concerts by such music icons as Willie Nelson and Springhill native Joe Stampley. Springhill has a high school, North Webster High School, formerly the Springhill Junior/Senior High School, which housed grades 7 through 12 and prior to 2011. After budget cuts and consolidation, the school now enrolls 9th through 12th graders from all of northern Webster Parish. All former Springhill Junior High pupils now attend school in Sarepta at North Webster Junior High School. Elementary schools, Browning Elementary and Brown Middle, remain the same after consolidation. Park 5th grade pupils in Springhill still attend these schools. The former campus of the Georgia Howell Elementary School, built in 1956, has been closed because of unsafe building conditions. The pupils formerly assigned there now attend Browning or Brown Middle. Springhill is located at 33 degrees 04 and 93 degrees 2741 W, 33.00111 degrees north, 93.46139 degrees west, 33.00111, minus 93.46139, and has an elevation of 292 feet. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 6.3 square miles, of which 6.2 square miles is land and 0.1 square miles is water. As of the census of 2000, there were 5,439 people, 2,258 households, and 1,485 families residing in the city. The population density was 872.9 people per square mile. There were 2,551 housing units at an average density of 409.4 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 73.49% white, 25.13% African American, 0.20% Native American, 0.22% Asian, 0.04% Pacific Islander, 0.26% from other races, and 0.66% from two or more races. 0.79% of the population were Hispanic or Latino of any race. There were 2,258 households, out of which 26.5% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 46.6% were married couples living together, 15.4% had a female householder with no husband present, and 34.2% were non-families. 31.1% of all households were made up of individuals, and 17.2% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.34 and the average family size was 2.90. In the city, the population was spread out with 23.8% under the age of 18, 8.7% from 18 to 24, 23.8% from 25 to 44, 22.2% from 45 to 64, and 21.6% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 40 years. For every 100 females, there were 85.3 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 81.8 males. The median income for a household in the city was $27,102, and the median income for a family was $35,540. Males had a median income of $29,757 versus $17,750 for females. The per capita income for the city was $16,447. About 14.6% of families and 20.2% of the population were below the poverty line, including 29.6% of those under age 18 and 12.6% of those age 65 or over. 12.6%